Welcome to this Voices for the Lake tutorial on selecting final images. At the risk of oversimplification, I'd like to say there are two main ways you can tell stories with images, and that's one, with a group of photos, and two, with a single photo. A group of photos can be put together in a slideshow or a photo montage, and I'd begin selecting that group by going through all the images in your photo shoot and finding the ones that are the most compelling in terms of aesthetics and also the most compelling in terms of action, communicating what was going on. So I've actually done this. I've gone through about 100 photographs and whittled them down to 30 that I feel capture the action across the experience and most effectively in terms of the visual content. Now, if I was trying to tell a story with just a single image, I'd have to approach it slightly differently. So what I've done is gone through this group of 30 and picked the ones that jump out at me as being compelling photographs, potentially iconic enough to tell the story all by themselves. What I want to do is go through these and look at some of the different considerations for selecting a final image. Now this first one is of Barry doing some work fixing the sailboat. I really like the composition of this photograph, the angles of the lines and the boom and his hands. However, I really don't feel like a story about sailing should be centered around fixing the boat, so I'm gonna remove this one from the running. The second image is one of us under sail, and I really like Barry's expression. I like the balance between the sky and the water. This one is definitely in the running. The third image here is a little bit more moody. It's a darker image. It's shot with the sun in the background. You can see Barry has this sort of classic smile. This is the way Barry looks when he sails, and so I like that this one really captures his character. The final image to look at here is as Barry arrives on dry land. Now this one is shot again with the sunlight behind him. It has a very sort of moody feel, but I'm going to be critical of this image. There's a couple things that I don't think work very well as a standalone. One is the fact that he's got his hand up by his left shoulder carrying a bag, and it's hard to tell exactly what's going on here. As opposed to his right hand, which is visible and silhouetted, you're really not sure what's going on here, and so to use this as a photo all by itself might be confusing for people. The other thing is the sailboat is sort of hidden over here on the shoreline. If the sailboat had been out in the open water here and he had been visible with both hands or carrying something that was recognizable, I think that this might have been the photo. As it stands, I think I actually like this one the best. While you can't see the sailboat overly clearly, you do get a great sense of Barry's character. You see the lines here, and I actually like the fact that these are out of focus, really bringing your attention onto Barry. It has a dramatic lighting that I think captures the excitement and Barry's general approach to sailing on Lake Champlain. So this is the photo that I would use to tell the story, potentially with a caption. Once you've selected either a group of photos or a single photo, it's time to prepare them for presentation. Tune into additional tutorials on the Voices for the Lake website to learn how this might happen.